What's going on, Top Flight Gang? This is your captain speaking back again with part number 6 of our WrestleMania 39 predictions. And on this video, I'm going to cover the Raw and the Smackdown Women's Championship matches. And if there's anything that we've learned from Triple H over the past couple of years, is that this man really knows how to book women's wrestling. I mean, I've never seen women's wrestling seem so important today than it has been in the past. Back then, women were in bra and panties matches for the women's championship. They didn't even wrestle. They just had to rip each other's clothes off. But now the way that Triple H has, put women's wrestling into the forefront, he's really shined a light on these women, and they can showcase their skills better than many of the men inside the wrestling ring. And on top of that, it also seems that WWE is the best when it comes to booking women's wrestling, except for this go round. When I look at the WrestleMania card for the women's matches, it seems like everything was just thrown together. But at the end of the day, in these two matches, you're seeing 4 of the most athletic and most dominant women in women's wrestling, period. And for me, I would like it to be turned around. I would personally have loved to see Bianca Belair go one-on-one with Charlotte Flair. To me, that's a dream match that should happen on the Showcase of the Immortals. But I mean, we didn't have it that way. Apparently, it was supposed to be Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey until they switched everything up. That was supposed to be for the Smackdown Women's Championship. And I don't know, man. Everything just fell through and just fell flat. It just seemed like they just scraped up whatever they could in the last couple of minutes and just said, hey, we're just going to put this together and just put these women matches on display. And you're going to see what I'm talking about later on in the next couple videos that I'm going to do. But as far as these two matches are concerned, first, let's talk about the Smackdown Women's Championship match. The reason why I'm going to bring this one up is because, I mean, hey, you got a match that's 3 years in the making. I mean, in WrestleMania 36, when COVID hit, nobody was around to see, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley inside the arena. And when Charlotte Flair decided to call out Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship, it was an eye-opener. No one who has ever won any type of Royal Rumble went to say, I'm going to challenge you for the third brand's World Championship, but Charlotte Flair opted to go on against Rhea Ripley. And it was cool too, because Rhea Ripley, she was an established made woman, I should say, back in the NXT days. And, she was ready, but when it came to this match, obviously, the story. Rhea Ripley came in, but just could not defeat Charlotte Flair. But now, here we are 3 years later. The storyline is the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, trying to get her vengeance for what happened 3 years ago at WrestleMania 36 against Charlotte Flair. And you know what's going to happen? My prediction is this. Rhea Ripley has to go over. I mean, Rhea Ripley has had an amazing 2022. She's been with the Judgment Day. The only thing I've liked when she's done with the Judgment Day, it just, the Dominic Mysterio stuff, going to Rey Mysterio's house and terrorizing him. That to me has been very, very funny. But on screen, Rhea Ripley is that one, So I expect to see Rhea Ripley walk out as the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, in terms of the dynamic of what's going to happen to her when it comes to her being on Raw or SmackDown, and along with the Judgment Day, I think that the draft is going to come up soon. I mean, it needs to happen soon. I mean, some of these storylines are getting played out and old and boring. I really believe that Rhea Ripley is going to run SmackDown. So that's going to be really awesome to see Rhea Ripley run roughshod over the SmackDown women's division and have a stellar reign as a women's champion. I mean, she deserves that. I mean, she's worked very, very hard. And I just look to see her dominate for the next year and years to come. So with that being said, let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship match. Now, this match has had the most lackluster build out of all the championship matches on WrestleMania's card. And to be honest, Bianca Belair and Asuka deserve way better than this. I mean, they really don't have a really built-in storyline other than can they coexist. That's really played out. You see something like that once every WrestleMania. So, with a good guy versus the good guy type of deal. But, with this new dynamic that Asuka has brought back into the fold that she had in Japan, now she's turning back to that hybrid Great Muta Asuka type. And on top of that, this is the Asuka that Bianca Belair hasn't faced before on the show of shows. So I look to see Asuka have her WrestleMania moment. The first time she fought at WrestleMania, she lost after winning the Royal Rumble. She won the Royal Rumble and lost to Charlotte Flair, ending her undefeated streak, which is a stupid idea in my opinion. But right now, she has the opportunity to go to WrestleMania and win the Raw Women's Championship from Bianca Belair, who has been dominant over the year. So to me, I think this is time for Bianca Belair to just relinquish the title. I think she's going to put Asuka over. Asuka's going to finally win. She's going to get that run that she deserves. She has been overlooked this past couple of years. I mean, she's been in weird storylines with Alexa Bliss, and it's just been all over the place for Asuka. But I'm glad that You know, Triple H, he never, ever, ever overlooks his kids. The best ones from NXT, he always looks out for them. And while Asuka was being lost in the shuffle with the Vince McMahon creative, you know, Triple H has, you know, allowed her to, you know, reinvent herself, so to speak, over the past couple of months. This is the kind of Asuka we've been begging to come out and just, you know, just wreak havoc over the women's division. So hopefully that dominant Asuka comes back in formidable fashion. I look to see 2 great matches out of all these 4 women. I think it's gonna be awesome, but I'm just upset at the fact that they just have lackluster storylines behind them. So let me know what you guys think below. Leave your comments, leave your predictions, and make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to support the movement, and also always remember to love God, love wrestling, and stay fly. Peace.